good things for the small things, but expect so many big things. So God, I thank you.
Who has your back when things get tough? Who has your back when life gets rough? God, knowing that God gave his son for us, the least we can do is be broke.
What's up, guys? We are back with another video. And this is your first time to the channel. I'm Brian. This is my lovely wife Letitia, and we are B&T'Z vlogs, also known as Stronger Together. So today me and my wife was talking. Of course, we always have a conversation. So I was thinking about people being accepting to criticism, constructive criticism, because my wife had to make me really put in my head to I was looking for that special word, but it's constructive criticism, because I feel like, tell them about constructive criticism, baby.
I mean, to me, constructive criticism is nothing more than a tool that we use to help ourselves grow, to help us to be, to see faults that we may not recognize are there. That's the way I feel about constructive criticism, and I think that it's a good thing. And when somebody comes to you with constructive criticism, you should think of it as a way of them showing you love, because they're trying to help you to be a better person. They're trying to show you your faults. All of us have faults. None of us are perfect. But to have somebody to come to you and say, this is what I see that you're doing, to me, that's saying, oh dang, you know, it makes me sit back and think. I can't speak for anybody else, but it just makes me sit back and think like, dang, I need to fix that. And 9 times out of 10, it's something that I really need to fix, and it's something that I have recognized in myself, but maybe I was like, just tripping. But it actually is something that I need to change or work on.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it took some years for me to be able to accept, I'm not gonna say constructive criticism, but criticism period. You know, because some people don't have, my wife used to tell me, some people's delivery isn't good. You know what I'm saying? People have good intentions on giving you constructive criticism, but it's just the way they deliver it. You know, sometimes I remember you used to tell me baby, you're saying good stuff, but it's just the delivery. I used to be aggressive, and there's a lot of people out there that probably are aggressive when it comes to giving people advice or giving them constructive criticism. But you got to make sure that when you do it too, that you do it the right way, because I used to do it the wrong way. I used to be very aggressive and assertive with it.
But you're not the only one, because I had to work on my delivery too. Sometimes sometimes when I was going to people with constructive criticism, the way I said it wasn't right, so my delivery wasn't right either. That's how I knew that, okay, let me tell him, because his delivery method may not be right, because I know mine aren't right. So I wasn't just telling him about his delivery just because, but I realized that my own delivery was wrong in certain situations. So, you just have to, you work on you, even in your delivery of constructive criticism. Somebody can come and tell you that, hey, that was not cool. You did that, you said that kind of aggressively. So, I just feel like if the world knew how to accept constructive criticism, we'd probably be in a better place than where we're in now. But everybody wants to think that everything that they do and everything that they say, I'm not going to say everybody, a lot of people want to think that everything that they do and everything that they say is correct, and it's not. They want to think that the way they feel is correct. It's not always correct. They want to think that everything that they say is correct. It's not always correct, and you have to be accepting of that.
And another thing I thought of too, just then I went back there, is that sometimes you have to know who you're dealing with, because you may be dealing with this person, and you're trying to get them constructive criticism, and you can be soft, you can be gentle, and it works. But then you got this next person that they don't accept it like that. They gonna blow you off. They not gonna care and stuff like that. So you gotta take a different approach to it.
Honestly, some people are like that because they just don't. It doesn't matter what approach. You can be nice. You can be mean. It doesn't matter. Too. They're going to turn the situation around on you. They don't want to see what they did wrong. They only want to see that you're wrong, or you're judging them. That's what they turn it around. Oh, you judging me? No, I'm trying to help you. So with some people, you just have to know, well, they're not accepting of of it, so I'm just not even gonna try.
Yeah, that's the point I'm getting to.
Sometimes it's just not worth it. Sometimes you just have to pull yourself away from people because they're not gonna understand either way. You can't keep. It all goes back to boundaries, like
and mindset.
Yeah, some people you just. I mean. I know that you're not going to accept the constructive criticism that I'm going to give you, or let you know how you hurt my feelings. Because constructive criticism can be like, you hurt my feelings because you did this. You know what I'm saying? Or you act like this. But some people are not going to be accepting of that. So just learn to let those people go. You don't have to be mean to them. You don't have to be disrespectful. You just got to let them go. And it's something that I had to learn. You just have to let people go. Sometimes no words are the best words. And I had to learn that myself. No words are the best words, and you just move on. But those people that you know are going to be accepting of what you have to say, please tell it to them because they want to hear it. They want to grow. They want to be better. They strive to do better each and every day. And so tell them.
Yeah, we just had like we said, when we have conversations and stuff like that, like sometimes I get so deep into it to where my wife like, you need it's just a video, like somebody dealing with this, and it really is like it's somebody right now dealing with this issue of they really don't know which direction to take because they got somebody that they want to talk to about boundaries or get them some constructive criticism, and they feel like they don't either one, they don't know how to do it, or they feel like it's not going to do any good. And again,
in those situations you have to pray.
Yeah, you got to pray. You got to know who you're dealing with. That's why being around certain people, you just got to know who. If it's a co-worker, well, anybody, because if you've been around a person long enough and you pay attention to their who they are, you're gonna know. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to talk to them.
And honestly, some people that you think are going to be accepting of it, depending on what you're talking to them about, they're not going to. And that's another thing that you're just gonna have to accept. And you're going to have to determine, okay, how you have to deal with them. You may not be able to deal with them in a certain way anymore. Like, you're going to have to deal with them like this or like that. But, I mean, it all boils down to, when you want to have that conversation with somebody, you want to give them constructive criticism, just pray and ask God to help you, give you the words so that you can speak from a calm, a peaceful place. And not from anger, because a lot of times we have constructive criticism, but other things have compounded on top of all of that. And if you see that person or you talk to that person, it's just gonna bring out a lot of anger in you. And I'm just telling y'all this because that's the way I have felt. I've been in situations to where I had something that I knew that I needed to say to certain people. But I just didn't say anything because I knew that I was coming from a place of anger. And I knew that if I said it was going to blow up and turn into something way bigger than what it needs to be. Even, and I wasn't going to be able to get my message out. So anytime you feel like you need to tell somebody something, immediately go to God and ask God to give you the words to say. But make sure you never come from a place of anger and frustration. Don't let stuff just keep compounding on top of other stuff. Because all it does is build up this aggression in you that sometimes you can't control, and you just blow up.
When you can't take your bed to the store.
Yeah, y'all, we just wanted to get on here again and give y'all something to think about. We used to have something on our mind to think about. We have learned that it's somebody else out there probably thinking about it too, or have thought about it, or they might have been wondering, they couldn't figure out like really what it was. I'm like, dang, that makes so much sense. That I need to do that right now. So that's our goal. So again, like she said, this counts the therapist right here. So she gives some good advice. I mean, I give good advice too, but
we're learning just like everybody else is learning. And the more you grow, I mean, you just learn different things about yourself. You learn things about the people that are around you. You even learn what you will accept and what you won't accept anymore. Things that you were receptive to, you may not be receptive to those things anymore because you've grown, and it's okay to grow. So, like, share, subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and come back for the next video.
Always be grateful. Lord, I thank you. Who has your back when things get tough? Who has your back when life gets rough? Knowing that God gave his son for